Welcome back to another edition of we don't know what this is called yet. This is after the quarterfinals have been done. We'll go through each of the games. Let's go first through Morocco versus France.
Yeah.
2-0 win for France. What did you think of that?
I thought it was the first half was quite defensive from Morocco, and I think that they nullified France. But ultimately, I think France kept knocking on the door, and Mbappé showed his quality with that great goal in the top corner, no backlift or anything like that. I was a bit to be honest with you, I was disappointed with Morocco.
Yeah.
I thought they did well in the first half just to nullify them, but at no point did they come out and play. So it felt like they were playing defensive, but it just felt like it was inevitable that France end up winning that match. So
Yeah, I don't remember the goalkeeper making a save.
correct,
The French goalkeeper.
yeah.
Mbappe did miss that penalty.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Bono saved
Yeah.
it, and he has a great penalty technique, the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I saw him play in 2018 for Girona, and I remember thinking this goalkeeper is really
Yeah.
good, and his technique is quite unique
Yeah.
in that he steps
Yeah,
before
yeah.
the shot is taken.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he did that with Mbappe's
He
shot.
did a little bit of a shuffle before, and
Yeah.
I think he tried to just put Mbappe off. But the thing is, everyone who's taking penalties and doing the little stutter, the goalkeeper is just waiting now, and it's made it a lot easier. You would have thought after that penalty save, it would maybe give Morocco a bit more of a push to say, let's go and try and get a result. Let's go and try and get a goal, because even if that finished 0-0, France still looked like they were going to win that match.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed.
Yeah. So France got through.
Yeah.
The next game was Belgium versus Spain. 2-1 Spain. And funny enough, everyone has made a lot of noise about the mistake Lamens made
Oh, yeah.
for the winning goal by Marino.
Yeah.
But if you look at the first goal, Courtois makes the same exact mistake.
Yeah.
And no one's saying anything about
Yeah.
it, unless I'm not seeing it, but no
Yeah.
one's mentioning the mistake. So
Yeah.
both goalkeepers
Yeah.
made mistakes where they couldn't
Hold on to
hold
a
on
shot.
to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this is what I said to you. I saw something the other day about, I don't know, the ball or the wind or something, and it was saying we're surprised that more players are not taking shots from distance because the ball's moving quite a bit. So, yeah, I just think, again, I feel like Spain did what they always do, and they held on to the ball. And, I mean, the goal that Belgium scored was the first goal they've conceded
In the
since
tournament.
not just this tournament,
Yeah,
but going way back to even 2022. So, it was, Spain have done well defensively, and when Belgium equalised, I thought maybe there's something in on it. But then, another mistake at the, with a shot from distance, and the goalkeeper couldn't hold on to it. Again, if that game went into extra time or even penalties, I still think Spain would have won that match. So.
And what have you made of Lamine Yamal so far? He's still young. He's 18. He turns 19 tomorrow.
I've seen glimpses of what he could become in the future, and I think I asked you this question. I said, is he the next best thing? I think your view is yes, he is.
I think he is.
I don't know yet. I think the jury's still out. I think he's doing okay for Barcelona.
He's doing great for Barcelona.
okay.
Considering, so he turns 19 tomorrow.
Right.
He's had 3 full seasons. By 16, he had already
Wow.
played.
Okay.
So in every season, he's played something like 50 odd games or something.
Yeah.
Which is crazy for someone his age.
Yeah.
His output's amazing.
Yeah.
He was second in the Ballon d'Or list last year.
Yeah.
He's won the league twice back to back. He's won
So-
the Euros already.
So I would say that the best
I know it.
teenager
Yeah.
I've ever seen play was Wayne Rooney.
Mm.
Do you think he's on par with him, or better, or worse? Like what I saw Wayne Rooney do at the age of 17, 18, 19, both for Man United and for England, I was very
at
impressed.
17, 18, Rooney was with Everton. So
No, he was at 16. He was with
yeah,
Everton.
16. He joined United at 19.
Oh, right. Okay.
Something like that. And given that he was playing for a lesser team that wasn't
Right.
challenging, Lamine Yamal is basically
Playing at the top level.
and starting every game both for Spain and Barcelona.
Okay.
And he's their main outlet. So the fact that an 18, 19-year-old is basically the man and everyone's putting so much pressure on him that if he has an off game, people say he's not that
Yeah.
good, and when you're like, guys,
Yeah, I don't think he's had an off game. I just think he's had glimpses. You
Yeah.
know, he unlike some of the other players who've carried their team through.
yeah,
I don't think he's had to do that. I think Spain have got a good enough team,
Yeah.
and they're grinding out results. We may still see the best of him because they're through to a semi-final. So
Yeah. Argentina 3, Switzerland 1. That was last night. I think we all missed that game because
Yeah.
of the timing. I saw the highlights. Did you see anything?
I did not see anything. No.
So the things that stood out from my end, what I think is that, first of all, Argentina have scored quite a few from set pieces, which
Oh.
is something I did not expect.
Okay.
Yesterday was another example of that. There was a refereeing decision where a player dived.
Oh
and-
yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
I re-saw that. Yeah.
And that was given as a second yellow, which
Yeah.
was the right decision. But I feel like that's the first time we've seen that happen.
Correct. Yeah.
at
Well,
this
that was
World
my
Cup.
point. I was thinking. I don't even know if it happens in the Premier League, but like if a player has been booked for a foul, has VAR got involved to overturn that decision and then give the other player a booking, which then means that he's been sent off? I don't know.
Especially
it just
because
seems a bit odd.
usually if you think of VAR decisions, they're taken when it's something closer to the penalty box, than
Yes,
free
yeah.
kick or whatever.
Not just a foul in
A
the middle
ran-
of the
yeah,
pitch.
not a random
yeah.
foul like that. So
So I guess that my question would have been, had the Argentinian player not been booked, would VAR have still got
Yeah.
involved and gone, that wasn't a foul? So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a confusing one, but we all know what's happening in terms of a little bit of favoritism. So
yeah, as in the way Argentina are winning games right now, there are decisions that are going their way.
yes.
I think it's clear for everyone to see, but no one can say anything. Messi is doing his moments of magic,
Yeah.
but they're also relying on these decisions that are swaying
Yeah,
the game.
I mean, I did say in the Egypt Argentina game, I think if the decisions were reversed for the opposite team, it wouldn't have gone
Yeah.
in favor of Egypt. So had Egypt scored that goal, I don't think they would have gone back 40 seconds earlier and said there was a foul
Yeah.
and then chalked it off. I think Argentina have had a bit of luck in terms of decisions. So.
And finally, England, Norway, 2-1 last night. Great win for
Yeah.
England. But let's start with Norway. They looked good in
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
I think they actually dominated quite a lot of the first half until Jude scored.
Yeah.
What did you make of their
Yeah, I
performance?
think Norway have had a great tournament. I think it's the furthest they've been in any tournament or any World Cup anyways. They did really well. I mean, their highlight would have been beating Brazil.
Yeah.
I didn't see that game, but I think you told me that it was very much a sit back, conserve your energy, and then in the last, I don't know,
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes,
They
they came out
yeah.
firing. And you
Yeah.
kind of felt something similar against the England game yesterday. So, I think they did really well. I think, Haaland's record speaks for itself. But on the day, it felt like a 50-50 flip of the coin, and it went in England's favour. So
What did you make of their goal? The shot that was
yeah,
a
the cross. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be made of it. I think maybe Pinkford should have done a bit better because he takes his hand away. If you're not sure, clear it. Don't take your hand
Yeah.
away. But it was just a cross, and it's a fluke, and it went in. So that's
yeah,
it.
because it happens often. I remember, I think Mudryk scored one like that for Chelsea
Yeah.
against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Tom Cleverley scored one like
Yeah.
that for United years ago.
Yeah, it's just a freak
It's a
goal,
freak
isn't it?
goal,
There's
yeah.
nothing you can do about it. Could the goalkeeper have done better? Maybe, but whatever. You get on with it and you keep going. And I think that's the impressive thing with England. It's not like that's goal scored and we complained and then we
Yeah.
folded. Although, to be fair, after that goal there was that that moment where the players went through on goal and he could have.
Oh,
he could
yeah,
have, he
passed
could have
to
squared
Haaland,
it to
yeah.
Haaland and he chose not to.
Yeah,
And had
yeah.
that happened, they would have been 2-0 up and that
Yeah.
would have changed everything. But instead, Jude Bellingham has come up trumps again. He's carrying this England team, as far as he can. And, he is our world-class player along with Harry Kane. But he is really, for a 22, 23-year-old to do what he's doing,
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
And speaking of Jude Bellingham's goal, the first goal, which was amazing,
Yeah.
I think, there was a lot of talk about this, that the ball hit the camera wire and that there should be the sensor on the ball, similar to what happened to Croatia. I think the players kept going. They kept playing. It didn't stop anyone from playing. If it hit the thing,
Yeah.
no one stopped playing. Everyone carried on. There was still a good
I don't
5,
think
6
I even. I
seconds.
don't think many people noticed it. That's
No,
why
it was only the goalkeeper who was calling it out
Oh,
and the manager.
okay.
But I mean, all of the players just carried on running. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like they stopped all of a sudden. Otherwise, if they did,
Yeah.
then that would have probably flagged something to
Yeah.
the referee.
Yeah.
But they carried on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there. I don't think I paid attention to it. I don't think anyone even noticed it, and I don't even know what the rules are. If the ball hits a bird, do you stop the game? I have no idea. No, I just think that's just Norway trying to salvage something. But no, let's not take away from the game. It was a very slow start. The first half an hour felt like a friendly. I think you said it felt like a friendly game, but I guess they were playing in 36 degrees heat, so it was about conserving your energy. And I did say the game needed a goal, and the minute that first goal come in, the game opened up. So yeah.
There were a couple of VAR decisions that went. There was one that was a push by Haaland in the penalty box. That was, I think, a clear foul.
Clear foul.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be said about that. You get pushed. If the player doesn't get pushed onto the floor, he clears the ball from a corner. So I think it's a foul. There's nothing else.
For me, it's 2 hands on the chest in the penalty box, and he's pushed the player down.
Yeah.
That's it. The second one was the Spence foul, which I think was the correct decision. You said you don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think he's gone past a player and he's tried to protect the ball with one of his legs, and the other player has, the legs have been tangled. So had the other player tried to play the ball and maybe get a touch, I might be okay with it. But he didn't. He catches Jed Spence's leg, even though Jed Spence's leg has come across. But he's done that to protect the ball. So for me, that's a foul, and therefore it's a penalty. So I don't think it's a clear and obvious decision to say no, that's not a penalty. I think the ref said the player was not fouled. Well, if he wasn't fouled, then he would have had a shot on target, and he didn't have a shot on target because he was brought down. So
yeah. I think it wasn't a foul. I think it was something. For me, if that was outside the penalty area, it's not given, I think. But anyway, finally, yeah. I mean, we can't say anything else. But that was Jude's game again, taking on everyone and everything on his own.
6 goals in 5 or 6 matches.
Yeah.
Not a single penalty. Not a striker.
Yeah.
Playing as a number 10 or even sometimes as a number 8 when he's been dropping back, When you look at that and you compare that to, Messi scored 2 or 3 penalties, Mbappé scored 2 or 3 penalties. When you look at that, you think that's very impressive.
Yeah.
If we are going to go further in this tournament, Bellingham has to keep doing what he's doing.
Quick predictions. First, Spain versus France.
I've been saying since day one that I'm backing Spain to win the whole thing. And even though I can see that France are just incredible, I'm going to stick with my prediction and say 1-1 draw and Spain to win either in injury time or penalties.
Okay, I'm going 2-0 France, knowing that Spain are not used to playing against a team that's on the front foot.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference.
And I think that is, if I had to put my money down, that would be the right bet. But I'm just going with my initial gut feeling that Spain will do something, and I think they might surprise a lot of people with that. So,
and England versus Argentina.
England versus Argentina, or England versus Argentina with the backing of FIFA's help, because those are two different things. I'm just kidding. So England versus Argentina, I think England should have enough to beat them. Based on what I've seen so far, Argentina have not impressed me, so I would probably go with a 2-1, maybe even 3-1 win. But I'm hopeful that no decisions, go in favor of Argentina. We've already spoken about how we feel like they have been favored. So if that continues, then I'd probably say we'd lose the match. But if it ends up just being a fair game, there's no controversy, I think England will win that match.
Yeah, I think it'll be a 1-0 win to England. It'll be a tight game.
Okay.
And I think that it's going to come down to either Declan Rice or Anderson man-marking Messi. That's it.
Which would be the right thing to do.
That's all. One of them has to just man-mark him.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the team can sort itself out.
Yeah, you 10 against these 10, basically. Yeah, no, fair play.
It is the first time Messi plays against England, so that's
interesting.
Very interesting to see. And yeah, let's see how this is. The next time we'll do this, I think the semi-finals will be done, and we'll know who the World Cup final is. So we're going for an England, France. Well, you're saying Spain.
I'm saying Spain, England.
From the beginning, I've said France, England, but let's see.
Yeah.
Anyways, nice one. See you
Take care.
guys.
Cheers. Tamus, who do you think is going to